Greetings, dear listeners. Hope you're all doing well. We're back here tonight in the historic warehouse district at the edge of town because I received the following email, which reads, Warren, I've always had trouble sleeping, and now that the weather is better, I've been going for long walks after dark. I like the nighttime as there are fewer people around, less chance of COVID. I usually walk around downtown or Cathedral, but lately I've been exploring the warehouse district. It has some awesome old buildings, many built in the Chicago style, and is generally deserted at night. But a few nights ago, as I strolled up and down the various blocks, I became aware of a person behind me. A block or so back, too far for me to see them clearly. I continued on my walk, checking out the old buildings and attempting to lose myself in a reverie of things past. A reverie of things past before they had automobiles. Only to realize the person was still behind me, but still too far away to be clearly seen. Naturally, I started to wonder if they were following me. I'm a slight man and I avoid physical confrontations, so I started walking faster and cut over to another street, cutting through a parking lot to get there. But I had only got a short way up the next street when I realized the man, for it appeared to be a man, was still behind me. Now I knew they were following me. So I turned down an alley, and as soon as I was out of sight, I booked it over to the next block. Only to find, walking towards me less than 30 feet away, a man who didn't have a head. It was walking, and I swear to God it didn't have a head. For some stupid reason, I noticed how it was dressed. Black, long-sleeve shirt, unbuttoned at the neck, where the head should have been. Baggy black pants, scuffed black shoes. It was walking normally, as if it could see. I ran away in panic, but the thing kept following me. It never ran, but seemed to stay an equal distance behind me. Or maybe just a little bit closer each time. I was running in the direction of Broad Street, looking frantically around for any people or cars, but there was nothing. No one. I became aware that things had become abnormally quiet. The cliched silence you always hear about. And I swear, even the streetlights seemed to have dimmed. I was almost at the end of my tether when I saw a cab sitting in the huge parking lot at the old Sears building, and I sprinted for it. I gave the guy my address, and he sped on like he was in NASCAR. My headless pursuer had vanished before I got to the cab, but I kept looking out the back window, looking for it. And that is when I saw a decapitated human head moving or floating through the air, following right behind us as we were passing under the Broad Street subway. I couldn't get a good look at it as the cab didn't hit any red lights and we left it far behind. But my impression was of a thin face with long dark hair and red glowing eyes. When we got to the apartment, there goes my cab. Bye. When we got to the apartment, I quickly paid off the cab and got inside. And then I got another shock. I thought it was around midnight. It was 4 a.m. 4 hours difference. Surely I wasn't running away for 4 hours. So where did the missing time go? Where? So what was it? Was it one of your night floaters? I thought they were supposed to be flying heads, not bodies that can walk around without heads. I've been hiding in my apartment ever since, as I don't want them to know where I live. Yesterday I went to the drugstore and I noticed this thin, scruffy looking guy following me. He was wearing the same black clothing as my headless pursuer. If I see him again, should I confront him? Name withheld. No. Whatever you do, don't confront him or them, because if you do, they'll never leave you alone. Nope, stay in nights. Keep your drapes shut. Eventually, if there's enough people around, they'll start to forget about you. And if you're having trouble sleeping, why not close your drapes, turn off the lights, lie down on your bed, and listen to the Mortis Media channel on YouTube. If Mortis is soothing, his quiet, wonderful, warm voice doesn't put you to sleep, ain't nothing going to help you, buddy. Ain't nothing going to help you at all. But whatever you do, don't confront them, and don't leave your house after dark. Remember, nothing good happens after midnight. So, dear listeners, how would you advise my listener? How would you advise my this fellow here? What would you advise him? What would you advise him to do regarding the night floaters? What would you regard him to do regarding his insomnia? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And stay safe. Stay subscribed. Ring that bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And you have my permission to share my material with anyone you think might be interested. Hey, you can share it with people you think wouldn't be interested. I'm not proud. If this is your first visit to my channel, my name is Warren. I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories about cryptids, such as the night floaters. So, please consider subscribing, and let's all stay hungry. I'm always hungry. I'm now going to ask the lovely and talented camera crew to give us a panorama shot of our bleak but very interesting and rather a little more noisy than usual surroundings. Till midnight. Cheers.